This episode of Capes and Lunatics is brought to you by Tweaked Audio. Get awesome headphones, go to tweakedaudio.com and use the coupon code Southgate to get 30% off, free shipping, and a lifetime warranty. Or you can get there through the link on our website, southgatemediagroup.com.
This is Luca Birch, and you're listening to the Capes and Lunatics Podcast.
Diggity dank.
That's right, it's Diggity Dank time. Welcome back to the Nightwing News. I am Phil. Joining me as always is...
I'm Kristen. Hello.
And tonight we are talking, a few things. We had some new issues where Dick Grayson appeared. The true Dick Grayson, he's back. Yes, Batman 99, smack in the middle of Joker War. Justice League 53, smack in the middle of Dark Knight's Death Metal. And Detective Comics 1027.
A big week.
Yeah, we'll also be covering Battle for the Cowl. For our classic run, yes. Yes, well, first of all, when I went into the store, I was perusing to see if they had what all the covers they had for Detective Comics, because it's the big anniversary issue.
Yeah.
They had every single cover except for one. Which cover do you think sold out, Kristen?
Well, you're sad about it, so it must be the Nightwing cover.
Yes, the Batman and Nightwing cover was the only one to sell out at my store.
Bummer.
But you can see how popular it is, because I even asked him. I said, "Oh, you don't have any of those?" He goes, "No, I'm assuming it was yesterday, because that's when the DC Comics came out, was yesterday." But he said, "Yeah, that sold out almost immediately." So
see, I did order, like, through my pull list. I ordered 2. That's why I didn't buy it, because I forgot that 1027 was coming out this week too. So I went to a different comic book store and bought these 2, but I didn't buy Detective because I already knew that I was getting an extra copy. And also Detective was $10 and these were these were $4 and $5, or no, these were just $4. And I was like, I'm not going to pay another $10.
But yeah, so you had plenty of copies of every other cover, just not that Batman and Nightwing one. And
well, this is a pretty good cover.
Yeah,
because it also has him as Robin.
Yeah, exactly. But I also got I got that same cover for Batman 99. There was like 2 variants. There was like one with Clown Hunter, who cares? And then there was like a 1 in 25 variant, I guess, of it was like a blue cover with Nightwing on it.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Well, he had the order. I forget how many copies he said to get those. It was like maybe 25 for every one of those. He got, to get one of those, he had to order 25 or something. So he was selling it for the same price it's going for on the internet, which I looked and he was right. The Nightwing variant of Batman 99 with just him in the blue background, already going for $35.
Wow, well, that's good at your shop. At the one I went to, they were trying to sell it for $50.
Oh,
I did not buy it.
Yeah, well, he's saying that's what it was going for online, and I looked at like Amazon. I looked on Amazon; they had one for like 35, and what was it, some cents, and then it was like $5 shipping or something. So,
yeah, well, I think it was like $30 to buy it because the one shop I use, they have an app. And you could buy it, but I didn't get it because it was $30 because it came signed. I was like, okay, that's nice, it's signed, but still $30. I
didn't think it was even signed. Oh, maybe that's why mine was.
Oh, maybe the one that they were. I think maybe the one that they were selling on the. I don't know.
But yeah, he's like, I'm going to make my money back because for every one of those, I have to buy 25 of the regular cover. I'm like the cover. Well, that one was an extra $1, so it was like $4.99. I'm like, the cover says $4.99. I'm thinking this is BS.
Yeah, I know. I didn't get it. I mean, it was a cute cover. I mean, it was a nice cover, but I like this cover a lot.
Yes, this cover is good too. I shouldn't,
particularly because it says Nightwing, the first Robin, the final ally. I like the words on there.
Yes.
And honestly, though, I feel a little bit cheated. Like, I'm glad I really like the cover and I'm gonna stick it in like a little frame thing and stick it over on my shelf or whatever. Because honestly, Dick is barely in this. He's mostly on the cover.
I know. I mean,
And actually, after I bought it and came home, I was like, "Oh, it's a good thing I like this cover because otherwise, that's $4 down the drain."
yeah, I would have told you that, but yeah, I didn't get it till today. So, but
It's okay. I kind of had suspected that from from when I perused it at the store. But like I said, it was only $4 and I liked the cover. And it is funny because Harley calls Tim Duck Boy and he's like,
Yes.
Duck Boy. So that joke. So like that was funny. And he and Bruce do have a moment. Well, he puts the suit out. So he still isn't actually Nightwing. Like I think that really is gonna not come until Batman 100. Because this time they showed the suit, but we don't see him with it on.
True. Yeah, I know, because he's still wearing that other suit. Yeah, and then
Yeah, but
Bruce
when he's
Hammer.
like, Bruce, it's good to have you back. They have their little moment. But yeah, basically, viewers, if you haven't bought this yet, if you don't buy Batman originally, you just have to decide if this cover is worth $4 to you. Because that's really what it's about, I would say.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
that one's done.
for the purposes of Nightwing, yeah, it's not a lot, but
It's, I mean, it's Batman. It's definitely a Batman story. So
yeah,
there you go.
and it's the middle of Joker War. Yeah. All right, so
Now on the Justice League, I did get this variant at the other shop.
okay, no, I got the regular.
This was the only one they had, yeah. So I have not honestly been keeping up with death metal. We get death metal, some of them, I think, from my dad, and I guess he's been reading them. But this is the first one I've read. And so I will admit, I do like this sort of groovy, pseudo-medieval. I'm like, yeah, I can get behind this kind of 5th, 6th century fur-wearing Nightwing version. But
Well, this is the first part of this we got in Justice League. So if you're just reading Justice League, yeah, this is the first part of death metal that's been in Justice League. So
okay. So they're in some kind of parallel world or something?
well, basically this what's her name? Perpetua or whatever her name is like trying to she's from the old multiverse and now she's like trying to turn it back into like a dark multiverse like the one she originally had and stuff. And yeah, I mean if you saw it like towards the end, Lex Luthor was saying he had basically been and he basically was crossed with like Martian DNA and he was more powerful and he was trying to work with her. But I guess now that he's back, he has his regular body back. He's like going to defeat her. So yeah, so we see, Nightwing and Hawkgirl are trying to free the Legion of Doom. So
Nightwing's got longer. I kind of like it when they do. I find it kind of interesting, kind of like with that Batman Ninja movie. I kind of like when they go into different eras or whatever and they try to recreate the costume in there, like that Batman Ninja, how Red Hood has that ridiculous high hat that's like 3 feet. That cracked me up. So I did think it was kind of cool to see their sort of, it's not quite, they're kind of medieval knight meets Conan the Barbarian version of the Nightwing outfit.
Yes. Oh, but what did you think of those first couple pages of the flashback when he what's like, he's going to sneak up on Batman, but then Batman goes to meet the
that was cute. That was cute. But that did confuse me a little bit because that's the regular universe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden we go to this doom metal one.
Oh, yeah, because he was like, oh, I figured one day I'd be in the Justice League. And then it's like, well, no, the world's gone to poop. I can't.
Okay, yeah. But then, that part was really cool. Lilith asking, bring back the mullet. They did kind of bring back the mullet in here.
Are you asking or demanding, Lilith Hellfire?
He's got some mullety-esque going on here.
Gimme.
Yeah. How did Lilith pop up? Did you do that or did she do that?
Yeah.
Oh, you did it. Oh, okay.
Yeah, like the Facebook comments pop up and I can like share them on the screen. So
that's fancy. Yeah, no, I did like that first part where he was.
But yeah, I know you haven't been a big fan of the current comics, Lilith, but it's like it's Nightwing, Hawkgirl, Detective Chimp's in here.
Like I said, he's done they've done kind of a cool job of interpreting the costume for their, like I said, their medieval barbarian robot crossover world.
Oh, she's demanding the mullet.
Oh, okay. Well,
what is this, 1997? Come on.
He's got a ponytail.
Exactly. Although the one thing that I kind of didn't like about this issue was just, when Dick's like, "Oh, I feel like I have to prove myself now that I'm back," and I'm like, as much as we hated the Rick Grayson stuff, I thought he, later on, proved himself pretty well, even with like half a memory. Because it's like, one, he'd been shot in the head. Then the Court of Owls were messing with his memories and stuff. I thought,
Wait, which one is he saying he has to prove himself in? This one?
I thought.
Oh, yeah, I guess that's what I don't get. He's like, I finally get my memory back and the world goes crazy. So, like, how are these worlds overlapping?
I don't know.
He lost his memory in one world and in all of them. I guess. I mean, whatever. Well, I just go with the flow.
He's talking about the regular stuff, and then then this dark metal.
Right. I guess that's why I'm a little confused, because I'm like, why are you in this kind of medieval looking thing on your robot horse, but also basically, like, what's up with that?
Basically, the world's just basically been transformed, so it's
Oh, so he's not in another dimension. It's the regular dimension. Just everybody's changed.
Yeah, this villain's like trying, like, messing with the multiverse. So yeah, stuff.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. I thought this was like in one of the other Earths, but this is our Earth.
Yeah, that's our Dick Grayson. It's just the world's been changed.
Oh, okay. He just has a kick-ass robot horse and a ponytail.
And yes, Lilith, I will tell Charlie that Detective Chimp was in this issue.
Okay.
Saved by Nightwing and Hawkgirl. Yes.
Fair enough.
So yeah, I mean, it might have been a little confusing, but so you like Nightwing in this issue though?
I mean, it was fine. I thought it was interesting. Yeah, I mean, I didn't totally get what was going on, but I was like, whatever. Dick and Hawkgirl are gonna do something cool. I mean, and it's obvious this is the first of 5 parts, so they're just setting stuff up. So
yeah, and it's there's like a main death metal mini series, so it's kind of like a spin-off thing. So
yeah, but I thought it was good. Yeah, I mean, I don't really have any deep thoughts about it other than I like the aesthetic. It's my time period, kind of.
Oh yeah, I figured you might like that a little bit.
So yeah.
All right, and I know you didn't get it yet. Detective 1027, the big anniversary issue, the big $10.
Yeah, tell me what I have to look forward to.
As I said, the Nightwing cover was the only one sold out, so I got the Batman and Catwoman one.
That sucks.
No, not too much Nightwing, but there is one story. I mean, there are a couple detective stories in here, which thank God it's Detective Comics, but
stands to reason.
There's a murder mystery where like most of the Bad family shows up.
Yeah.
Dick is Nightwing. Damien shows
Does Dick look good? Like it's not like that one story where Damien's insulting his detective abilities.
No. Because Dick and Damien show up, then Barbara shows up, then Tim and Stephanie Brown show up, and Red Hood shows up, because there's like a dead body laying on this roof, and they're like, "What's good?" They're trying to figure it. Like the first couple pages, they're trying to figure out, how was this guy killed? Oh wait, he's a cop. Blah 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 blah. And it's like, but it's just so funny because it's like, every other, it's Brian Michael Bendis. I don't know.
Duck Boy.
It's very good, but there's some points in this story that you could tell it's Bendis dialogue because people keep repeating the same thing. But it's like, there's one point where he uses it good because it's some of the Robins like keep looking at Batman. They're like, "Is this a test? Are you testing us? Is this a test?" Because they're like, what are the odds that all of us would show up for this dead body? Are you testing?
Okay, that's kind of funny. Wait, so what's the deal with Bendis? And if Lilith is listening, I know she has thoughts about it. Like, I don't really keep track well enough. I don't tend to read comic writers across multiple books, so I don't really know.
Well, he started
people's aesthetic. So, like, why is it that people make fun of him?
I mean, a lot of dialogue. Like I said, it could be like a lot of his dialogue might be like, what did you say? Who said that? I don't, just like a back and forth. You might get the same 3 pages of the same talking heads, but they're just going back and forth for no reason. I mean, he has some good stories. Yeah, he's the one. Ultimate Spider-Man. His Daredevil run was pretty good. He created Jessica Jones.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, usually his street level stuff is pretty good, but once he starts getting like the power base gets bumped up, like Avengers or X-Men, and now he's on Superman. I don't know. Sometimes it's not the best.
Fair enough.
A spinoff of.
I just am like not well informed.
What are you talking about? A spinoff of Hellfire? What got spun off? I don't know. Oh, and then but like I was saying, that was a pretty good Bendis story. I'm almost afraid to say put him on Batman, but like I said, he's usually pretty good at the street level stuff.
Well, maybe he should be on Detective and not Batman.
Oh, true. I mean, when they gave him Superman, they gave him Superman and Action Comics, but yeah, that'd be. Oh, and then there's a couple pinups. Look, there's a Batman Nightwing pinup in there.
Nice.
And then where's the other one? Like I said, there was a flashback story. Oh, did I pass it up? Yeah, it's like it's Dick. Oh yeah, Dick's time as Robin, and they like team up.
Is it cute?
Well, they team up with Dead Man. It's kind of cute, yeah.
Yes, I love cute ones.
Because I think you can have Dick say something like, like he hadn't heard of Boston Brand. He's like, wait, I thought you were supposed to be some kind of acrobat. You never heard of Boston Brand?
It's because you're dead. See, I love it when it's like, and maybe this is part of the reason I like Dick. I don't know, but when writers want to write a cute Batman and when writers want to write a cute Batman and Robin story, they almost always go with a Dick and Bruce story. I think because of like back in the day in the 40s, it was originally much cuter. And it's harder to do that with Damian, Jason. I mean, I guess you could do it with Tim, but it's not quite as, I don't know, they never set the relationship quite up like that. And plus the thing is, Dick, it's much more timey-wimey. How old is he?
Yeah.
So because of that, you can fudge it. So if you want to be like, oh yeah, I want it to be like super adorable, you can make it more like 8. But everybody knows that Tim was 13 or 14, and it's just not as cute.
Something like that. I mean, Dick was like, and Dick had more time. Dick was a young kid as Robin. He's a college kid as Robin. They did a lot. Dick had decades, so they were able to do a lot more with him. I think that's why it's easier to like do a Dick Grayson story.
Right. But it seems like the default, if you're like, I want to do something cute.
Yeah, Justice.
You go to like back in the day, Batman Robin. Well, because plus Batman was, a little happier back then.
Justice for Tom King. I liked his his Batman Catwoman 12-issue series should be. What is it? Is it January now? It's coming out. I've been waiting for that all year. But no, I like what James Tynion's doing, even though maybe there's a little too many Joker War tie-ins. But no, I mean,
well, it's 10 parts or something, isn't it?
Well, it's like it was in I forget how many, it was like 6 or 7 issues of Batman, but then it was, going through Nightwing. There was at least 1 issue of Red Hood. The Catwoman issue today was a Joker War tie-in.
Well, I think the main Joker War is 10, and then there might be tie-ins. But isn't it better that they do it over only a couple months in multiple books instead of being like, oh, it's only going to be in Batman and it's going to take us a whole year to do it? Like,
And spoiler alerts, I think they mentioned the Catwoman issue in Batman 99. The Joker stole Bruce Wayne's money. Long story short, spoilers, Catwoman gets Bruce's money back.
Oh, good job, Catwoman. I didn't see that yet.
And she tricks Penguin and Riddler into helping her.
Nice, because I'd kind of forgotten, because, it happened a while ago. But yeah, Dick said something like, how'd you get this? Don't we not have money? Which I was like, did that happen before he lost his memory?
No.
Has it been that?
Yeah, no, it was just at the start of Joker War. I mean, it was probably only like...
Okay, so I guess he is making it anyway. Well, that's good. Because obviously, I was like, well, Batman has to get his money back. It's his superpower. If he doesn't have his money, he's screwed.
Well, he did tell Dick then in this in Batman 99, he's like, oh, we'll worry. We got to shut down the Joker. Then we'll worry about the money. And it's like, oh, well, Selena already hooked you up.
Well, yeah, I mean, because that's the right answer, but also he has to have his money back. I mean, it's going to be exactly. It's like we can't.
He didn't sleep with Talia this time. Shut up, Lilith.
He's already slept with Talia multiple times.
Where's your proof? Oh, wait, never mind. He was drugged. Ask Grant Morrison.
Yeah, that time he was.
Oh, was there more than one?
Across many different varieties, I think he slept with Talia more than once. He definitely did on the animated series.
Don't quote Batfleck. Why? What did I say?
Plus, aren't there multiple versions of how Damien came about? Rapey ones and not rapey ones.
The original version, yeah, it wasn't rapey, but it wasn't supposed to be like tie into the regular comics. But then Grant Morrison brought it in, and everyone's like, "Oh, why would he sleep with Talia?" And he's like, "Oh, she kind of put something in his drink, you know."
Yeah, they should have taken that. Yeah, they shouldn't have gone on that because
how Bill Cosby of her.
Bruce has slept with Talia before. He's allowed to have sex. He's a grown man.
Bruce and Selena. Endgame.
All right. Speaking of the Cowl, it's time to move on to this.
Oh, a battle, you say?
Yeah. Who do you think will win?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, I guess so.
So basically, at the end of Final Crisis? Yes, everyone thought Darkseid had killed Batman, but he was really lost in time. But yeah, so here everyone thinks Batman's dead. So
yes, so that's what we're going with.
Yes, this is first issue was May 2009. So
God, back in the day. Back in the day.
So yeah, so basically Gotham's in chaos because Batman's missing, and you see Dick has called in basically everybody.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I like how it's Tim, Jason, Dick. They each get a narrative bit.
Yes.
Oh,
look.
But Dick's got some good spot, like this page where he's gazing at Batman. Alfred's like, he doesn't look happy. Oh no, that's Tim that's saying he doesn't look happy in there. Okay, so in this one, because I don't know. I feel like there's not really a reason to go through it. Like,
yeah. I mean,
page by page. Get to the highlights.
I mean, just the highlights. Yeah, it's just like there's a new Black Mask in town. He's freeing a bunch of prisoners and basically causing chaos and basically bringing everyone under. Trying to get all the criminals under his thumb. It's like you either work for me or you die or get out of town. Yep,
but we've got some good things. Dick starting his relationship with Damien. He saves Damien. Who's that girl that was in the car with Damien? Do we know her, or is she just some rando?
No, I think he just picked up some floozy.
Oh, floozy! He's 10 years old.
Oh, what grown woman's gonna get in a car with a 10-year-old?
Maybe she needed a ride. Okay, but yeah, I do like this. This is funny. He gets ejected, or he crashes the car, I think. Crashes the car, and Dick swoops down.
Yeah, because Killer Croc comes after him.
Because he's trying to eat Damien, and he saves them. And then they almost get blown up, and then Damien helps Dick out.
But yeah, I'm surprised because I know what you were saying before the backup little, when Dick's at the trophy case, Tim comes up and he's like, it has to be one of us, right? One of us has to put that suit on.
Right.
And then, and then Dick's like, no, we've gone over this. And he's like, no, there's someone else out there.
And then we get our first glimpse of who it is.
Completely covered Batman, yes, with guns. Wonder who that could be.
Well, if you're really wondering, it's very quickly answered for you in the second issue.
Yeah, because he's just like blown away, Black Mask.
Yep. Plus, it's like obvious. I don't even know why they had to act like, who is it? We had to figure out, like, duh, it's Jason.
I know, the guns weren't a big clue. Yeah, I don't know.
Plus, who the hell else would it be? Who else would really think I should put on a Batman suit? only a former Robin.
I was gonna say unless it's a new character, or Azrael or something. But yeah, no, it's
it's obvious.
Yeah, we see the criminals going at it. I mean, basically Penguin and Two-Face. Penguin and Two-Face are trying to fight Black Mask taking over, but yeah, Dick and Damian encounter this crazy Batman, but
yeah, and then it's Jason who's narrating the second one, and I don't know, I feel like Jason was maybe, I mean, he is kind of a little crazy in this one. I mean, once he came back, I didn't think everybody always wrote him as crazy though. He came back,
they kind of wrote him crazier and more villainish, like before New 52, like after he came back.
Okay.
Because I don't know if it's just the resurrection, the Lazarus pit, or whatever brought him back, drives him insane. Superboy punch.
Right. I mean, because I know I've read Under the Hood or Under the Red Hood. I forget which one it's called. Depends on whether it's animated or not, I think. And yeah, I mean, he had issues. You know, he was kind of the anti-hero, but he wasn't insane in Under the Red Hood. I mean, because he was just mostly like, Bruce, I can't believe you didn't kill Joker.
Well, I mean, the first time he shows back up, what was it? Yeah, under the hood or whatever. Did you read the comic? I mean, he basically tells this gang he's taken over. You know, I think it's like a drug gang or something. He like throws a duffel bag down, and it's like a bunch of severed heads. And he's like, "Yeah, these are your top lieutenants. It took me like an hour." He's like, "You want to see what happens if it takes me a whole night?"
Oh yeah, that's right. That is what happens in that one. Okay, I guess that is a little off the rails.
Yeah,
I don't think they put that in the animated version.
I don't think no, but it wasn't until 52 when they were just like, oh yeah, he's the bad boy, the bad family, you know. But
okay, yeah, I say because he's kind of, yeah, he's definitely is like a little more on the edge.
Oh yeah,
kind of thing here. All right, so
they kind of else. He's like, you know, Batman's way is weak. You know, you got to kill these guys.
Right, and that still seems like kind of consistent, but yeah, they are definitely writing him. Well, it felt a little like kind of how they wrote Azrael sometimes in Prodigal, like definitely over the edge.
Yeah. But
okay.
But yeah, Jason basically just telling Dick, he's like, you know, Batman's dead. You buried him. You know, you could have put that suit on, but you didn't. So I dug him out.
Mm-hmm. Jason shoots Damian.
Yep.
Damian's having a bad night. This is all one. I mean, a lot of this is still all the same night, isn't it?
I think so. Yeah, it seems.
I mean, this is a rough night.
I love Dick. It's like, you know my name, you know Bruce's name, so I narrowed it down. Jason Todd.
I was like, duh! You didn't even have to know he knew your name to know who he was. But yes. Yes.
But yeah, then he takes off when Hunters and Black Canary show up.
Villains doing villain stuff. And then Tim, who has put on another old Batman suit, has gone to find Jason in his subway Batcave.
Yep. I mean, at this point, I think Tim's like 17 or 18, maybe.
Yeah, I think he's supposed to be 17. Remember, it felt like, I've said this before, I feel like they're making complicated things where they didn't need to. They have him be 17 and like, oh, we have to figure out some excuse for why he's not going to high school, and then he has to get emancipated to take over Wayne Enterprises. I was like, if you weren't so tied with these kids always being like so young and so they can all be prodigies, he could have just been 18 and taking a gap year between high school and college, and you wouldn't have had to come up with elaborate nonsense for why he wasn't going to school. He'd be like, I'm a rich kid, I'm traveling the world. Stop asking questions.
But that's the whole problem with the whole thing, though. It's like they always want to age up the Robins after a while, but it's like we don't want to age up Bruce Wayne, so it's like
right. But I'm like 17, 18. It really doesn't make that big of a difference. You could have
just like age the Robins up, just say Bruce is like, I don't know, injecting Lazarus pit fluid. I don't know.
Hey, hello, you don't need to justify how old he is. We believe that there's a man who who can just use money and do all of these crazy things. We've obviously have hardcore willing suspension of disbelief.
Tell me,
just do whatever.
Tell me, is there a 6-foot bat in Gotham City? And if so, is he on the police payroll? And if so, what's he pulling down after taxes?
Yeah, I mean, like, we've already bought in hook, line, and sinker to the myth of the Batman.
Batman 1989, thank you.
Yeah, you can tell me that Batman is 45 years old. Sure. I'll go for it. Whatever.
Bruce Wayne keeps in shape.
Yeah, I mean, there are some people that are pretty freaking ripped in their 40s.
Thank you.
If Arnold Schwarzenegger could get back in shape to do another Terminator movie when he was in, his 50s, Bruce Wayne can age.
Oh, you mean this last one? I think he was more than 50.
Right, yeah, I don't know how old the Governor was when he went back to Hollywood, but he said he got himself back into shape when he was the last time he did Terminator.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, wow, that's dedication, man.
Oh, but then Tim runs into Catwoman.
Yup. Then he's helping out Damian. And then we have this intense
Oh, yeah.
shirtless scene.
Well, yeah.
And where Alfred's like,
Alfred's
you really need, he's basically like, you really need to be Batman, okay?
Jason was right, Alfred. I let this happen in Gotham. It falls on me. I didn't work hard enough or fast enough. And Alfred's like, you were just one man, Master Richard. So was Bruce. So was Batman.
He's like, all right.
I tried to be him before Alfred and I failed. I don't think he failed during Prodigy, do you?
Prodigal? No.
Prodigal, yeah. No.
You know, they always gotta bring this.
He was basically feeling like he didn't want to continue, but I don't think he failed in any respect.
No. But you know how it is. That's not dramatic enough.
Yeah. And honestly,
gotta get some angst up in here.
No one can be him, but someone can represent what he stood for. Oh, and there is none. They even made that bold. None other that has the wherewithal to uphold those ideals than you, Richard Grayson.
So true. So true. And look, he's standing there. There's a bat over his shoulder. You know what's going to happen. I mean, you knew what was going to happen, I'm pretty sure, when you picked up Battle for the Cowl. But
exactly.
Just in case. Okay, police stuff, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, they're trying to track down.
Then Dick realizes, oh, snap. Tim went off.
Oh,
this is not good.
Well, yeah, because I think Gordon gets shot, but I think he's wearing a
I think they killed that lawyer.
Yeah, but Gordon gets shot, but yeah, it's Black Mask is orchestrating the whole thing.
Yeah.
Then you see Dick in the cave. Oh, then he sees Tim left the note and took a bat suit.
Yep, and then we have Tim and Jason fighting.
I love Catwoman. I missed you. And he's like, knock it off. Tim's like, knock it off, Selena. I know, I'm not Bruce.
And she's like, I know. I'm just trying to be. She's just trying to be nice. Jeez.
And then
kids these days.
Jason knocks out Selena from behind, and then him and Tim are fighting.
Yeah, and he stabs Tim with a batarang.
Yep. I'm like, yep.
And then he says, just one more to go. Oh, you think so, huh?
What, do you think he killed Damian? So, yeah, it's down to him and Dick.
I don't know. He doesn't really know much about Damian at this point, does he?
No, because Damian was pretty new at this point. I mean, he's only been around maybe like a couple months. I don't think it was even a full year at this point. So it's like, yeah.
I thought Damian first popped up in like 2006, but then he was there for that Batman and Son, and then he went away, and then he was there for Resurrection of Ra's al Ghul, and then he was. Then I don't know. Then
you're right. He shows up for like an arc, then he disappears. Yeah, and then
I mean, he just kind of popped in when they needed him.
Yeah, he came back in Batman arc, which was like right before this. Yeah.
Now the final one, and we have Dick narrating. A nice cool page where he's doing, as they say, flips and shit. Yep. And then, everybody, all the allies behind him. Some of these people, I'm not even sure who they are.
Oh, a lot of them were, some of them were like international heroes.
Yeah. Well, like Black Lightning and Metamorpho.
Yeah, Black Canary, Huntress.
Who's this person down here?
I'm
It looks like a Batgirl, but
I'm
not.
trying to remember her name. I'm not too familiar with her, but I think Barbara might have been training her.
Oh, okay.
I think she might have showed up in Birds of Prey, but like I wasn't reading it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, he's like, okay, I gotta take care of Jason. He doesn't say that to them, but that's what he knows.
He basically tells them let's watch over the city, and then he's like, I'm going hunting. Gets on the bike.
Zipping out. And then we have Damian being like a mini Bruce Wayne. And Alfred knowing, all right, this isn't going to work.
No.
Can't keep this kid here. So he gives him some clothes. And he's like, you need to go with that girl. You need to go with Squire.
Oh, yes. Knight and Squire, basically like a Batman and Robin of like England.
Oh, yeah. They've been around a while. I mean, they don't pop up all that frequently, but they were back in like the golden age.
Oh, yeah. And Grant Morrison brought him back. Yeah.
Well, yeah, Grant Morrison's Scottish. Represent.
So, yeah, so Damien's going to go with Squire, but then we see Jason basically enjoying that he thinks Tim's dead, I guess.
Right, yeah. And just in case, I love this, how you didn't know, but right here in the middle of Battle for the Cowl is an advertisement for
I know.
Batman and Robin. You're like,
Well, they don't say who Batman is.
No, I know, but, you can probably
I know.
figure. But, I mean, they also don't tell you who Robin is. But, I mean, I feel like people must have seen that coming also, that it was going to be Damian as Robin. Well, because they must have already announced that that there was going to be a Red Robin.
I think
coming
I think they probably announced it. But, yeah, I mean, and you look at that Robin, that's Damian. Unless they... Yeah, I'm pretty sure they...
Well, right, I mean, it's a different outfit, so you're like, oh, it's a different... Okay, this is what I wanted to ask you about. So, okay, they're having their fight, and Dick, I don't know, stored in Bruce's message. So, do we ever... So, we're given to understand Bruce has given messages like this to all the kids, everyone who's important enough to him to leave one. Do we see everybody's messages, or do we just know they exist, and we only get information from the messages, like, when we need it?
I'm trying to remember. I think it was just when they needed it, because I'm trying to remember if there was maybe in the Robin.
Okay, see, that's what I was thinking too, but I was just double checking because I don't ever remember seeing. I remember Dick because then he later talks about it. He's like, the reason I didn't put, what is it, like on the next page or something? It's somewhere in this issue.
Because I think maybe it might have been the Robin book. I'm pretty sure it came up in the Outsiders book. Because I think he basically, because Batman had taken over the Outsiders again, and I think he basically told Alfred, help the Outsiders if they need it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but he says somewhere in. Shoot, did I go past it? Is it in this page?
Oh, is it? Oh,
yeah, it's right. Yeah, it's on this page where Dick says like, "I'd be Batman, but Bruce told me not to."
Yes, but because at the end of Batman R.I.P., Dr. Hurt basically tells Bruce, a curse, I'm putting a curse on this cowl. The next time you wear it, it'll be your last. And that's basically like when Bruce disappears. But basically, the costume's cursed now. So he, I don't know if Bruce fully believed it, but he's telling Dick, he's like, if you're going to save the city, fine, but do it as Nightwing. Do not become that.
Oh, so that's why. Oh, okay. I always kind of wondered. I was like, really? Why does Bruce say that? Does he? Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Because Bruce really does seem like the kind of guy. I mean, because he's talked about it before, when he adopts Dick and stuff. He's like, that's the meaning of forever. I mean, Bruce seems like the kind of guy that would be quite happy for one of his kids to become Batman after him.
But Grant Morrison wrote it where Dr. Hurt kind of put a curse on that thing. So.
Oh, okay. I'll have to go and dig that one back out.
I forget. It might be Batman 681 or something. It's
like right near the end, obviously. Yeah. Okay.
Or the RIP. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Okay. So that's why he hasn't done it. Okay. See, that's what I was thinking. I just wanted to check with you because I was thinking I don't ever remember seeing Dick watching one of these. Just sometimes he says stuff like Bruce told me don't put on the cowl. He said Robin and Nightwing could do it. Which, of course, that's also how you know that Bruce thinks Dick is the one who should take the cowl, because Dick is the only one that he specifically said, don't take the cowl.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously, it didn't work because licensed properties, but also it didn't work because.
Well, I was gonna say, can you imagine?
That man has a little something that nobody else does.
One, can you imagine a year with like no Batman?
No, of course that'd be ridiculous. Of course not. That'd be ridiculous. That's why I said because licensed properties.
And two, I mean, I think they were really copying, because over at Marvel, everyone after the end of Civil War in the comics, Captain America, everyone thinks he's dead, but he's trapped in time. Sound familiar? And two, guess who eventually takes over for him? His first
Falcon?
His first
Bucky?
Bucky Barnes, yeah.
Oh snap! Wow.
And if you look at the comics, I mean, back.
But it's only natural that Nightwing would take over. Like no one, it shouldn't be anyone else. Yeah, it's like duh. I mean, it's the same thing with Prodigal. They only did, or with Nightfall and Nightquest, whatever they're calling it.
Yeah.
Backbroken Batman.
But I mean, you look at Bucky in the comics back then. I mean, he was basically a red and blue Robin.
But not as cool.
He had Domino.
Cool.
Yeah, exactly.
Because Bucky wasn't a kid. Bucky wasn't as young as Robin, so he was therefore lamer.
He was like in the comics, I think he was 16 or something. Yeah.
Yeah. You can get away with stuff as an 8-year-old that you can't get away with when you're 16. That's a sidekick. But hey, to Bucky's credit, dude wore pants. So
yes,
good for him.
Oh, but Dick tracks down Jason's cave.
Yeah, well, and that's where then he's oh yeah, that's the other thing that I just wanted to be rude and nitpick again. Bruce, what the heck? You really should not use the words when he's talking to Jason in his last this is my last message to you, to say, of all my failures, you have been my biggest. Bruce, what the heck? Why would you call one of your kids a failure? Think about your language.
I think that's a poor choice of words, but I think
yes, it is.
I think what he should have said, I think what the meaning was, I failed you.
Yes. Yeah. Yes, exactly. Yeah, when I read that, I was like, Bruce.
Yeah, that should.
I know what you're trying to say, and you said that terribly.
Yes, that's
my. You need to say, I am sorry, I failed you and didn't save you from the Joker. Kind of thing, not you're my failure.
I don't even think it was the Joker. I think he should. I think it was more like, my greatest failure is I didn't help lift you up out of your, where you came from.
He should say, so he should say, I failed you. Because when you say my greatest failure is you, that kind of implies that you are also a failure.
He should have said something like, you could have been almost as good as Dick, almost. And
no, he should not say that either. He should say, I failed in helping you become the best you could be, or something like that. Don't compare your kids to each other. Still, it's a good thing you only have one kid.
That's true. But yeah, no, she should have been like, I failed you, I failed you, you should have had a life like Dick's, but I failed you.
Yeah, exactly. So yes, when I read that, I was like, Bruce, dude, you're recording this message. You had time to make it as good as possible, and you failed. Anyway, fighting. Don't realize Tim, because he's been I was trained by Batman. his heart slowed down, so Jason just thought he was dead. Rookie mistake, Jason. You were also trained by Batman.
That's right. Yeah, because after Dick and Jason are fighting for a while, he pulls back curtain. He's like, here's Tim's body, but Tim's gone.
Yep. And then Damian saves Tim, which maybe, hopefully, it doesn't, but maybe it could kind of make up for that time that he threw Tim off the dinosaur.
Yes. Tried to kill him.
Yeah, at least you saved his life once. Maybe you're even.
Oh, but then we get to the fight scene at the end. I mean, they start fighting on Dick and Jason on top of a subway car, I guess.
Yeah, would you know, obviously, Dick's going to win. He trains on moving trains. We've seen it before.
Exactly. It's after Crisis on Infinite Earths. Jason wasn't an acrobat at this point. So.
Exactly, Jason. You have no special skills to fight on moving trains. Oh, I did like, sorry, I forgot to mention it, but I did like how Jason just happened to have a crowbar lying around. So after he'd beaten Tim up a little bit, Tim reached over and it just happened to be a crowbar there.
I mean, he is
like, Jason, why do you just keep crowbars lying around?
he has issues. I mean, that's what he was beaten to death with. I mean,
right, I know. That's what I'm saying. Why do you have crowbars lying around when you were beaten to death with it?
Oh, but I love that 2-page splash. Dick like taking Jason off the train.
Yeah. Well, because Jason throws the cape on him.
Oh yeah, I mean, Dick holding that cape over his head. Yeah.
Yeah, I have to time it just right. Boom! Oh!
Yeah, Jason's hanging on, and Dick's like, "Here, it's not too late. Give me a hand." Then Jason, let's go.
Take my hand. Classic. This happens in so many movies and stuff. Be like, take my hand, I can save you. And they're like, no, mwahaha. Because Jason's not dead.
Yes.
Because he pops back up. Don't they end up putting Jason in Arkham for a while? During Batman Reborn?
Maybe.
Well, no, he's out because then Tim, takes his sidekick and there's that couple issues where Jason and his sidekick are up against Dick and Damian.
Yeah, that's right.
But then I think they put him in Arkham.
For a little while. Then the issue ends with the grandfather clock walking down the steps.
Alfred approving, Robin at his side. You have the courage. Sometimes you got to change. You have the courage to embrace your birthright, your destiny, and finally realize you are Batman. Dun dun dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
And that's that.
So the right man won Battle for the Cowl, people.
Yup. That's that. Now he's Batman for a while. And it was actually pretty good, which we're going to get into next week.
Oh, next few weeks.
All right, we're just starting it next week. So tell us, Phil, what's up for next week?
I'm pretty sure I know the order, but let me open the schedule. Yes. Next week, we'll be covering the Batman issues, Batman 687 through 691. Two-Face.
Oh, always Two-Face. Always Two-Face.
But no mention of that story. Hey, remember that time he hung that?
Remember that time I almost beat you to death with a baseball bat?
That doesn't get mentioned.
Isn't this the one where Two-Face somehow magically sneaks into the cave?
Well, he finds a teleporter whose power, I guess, can, if they have an object from a certain place, they can teleport to that place. So yeah, he gets
and he's like, that's how I knew you weren't Batman, because you didn't have some sort of guard set up to prevent teleporting. See, that's why I say we have willing suspension of disbelief. You can make Bruce 45 or 50 because we're willing to believe, Bruce Wayne would know to have some kind of magical guard against a magical teleporter. Get out of here.
Bruce knows everything. Anyway, and then the week after, Batman and Robin #1, and then the wrap up 10 through 16. When Bruce comes back, but that doesn't mean the end of Dick. because
Bruce was honestly only gone in real time for a year, right? Yeah.
But then when he comes back,
Dick's had amnesia longer than that.
Exactly. But I mean, Bruce comes back, starts Batman Incorporated, and then kind of goes global. He's like globe hopping. So Dick stays the Batman of Gotham.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So after the Batman and Robin issues, we get that big Justice League of America chunk. So we'll really skim over that because we're not going issue by issue on that. And then
just our favorite parts.
And episodes 63 through 66, we'll be covering the Black Mirror.
We can go into deets on that.
Oh yeah. What is it like? 3 issues each episode. Yeah. So it starts in Detective 871, and then the very end is Detective 881.
Yeah, that whole thing is in Detective.
I'm trying to remember. That might be the last arc before New 52.
Yeah, I think it is. Well, I mean, at least it is as far as this show is concerned.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. Did we ever announce that? Yes, when we get the New 52 issues, we're going to be talking to Cal Higgins.
Sweet.
Yes. We have like 2. Oh, we got 2 new 52 issues. I was gonna say we should just like talk about his whole run and then just like maybe get a nice big talk and then cut it in half for like 2 episodes.
You're in charge, dude. You do. You.
So I'm gonna say we had number 0 and the issues 8 and 9, but I was gonna say if we want to talk the whole. Well, he wrote 29 of the 30 issues, but if we want to talk those 29 issues, yeah, go ahead.
We could talk about his 30th issue. I bought a piece of art from it when they had that auction. It's on my wall.
His 30th?
Didn't he write a 30th and then they were like, oh no, we're doing this other one?
I think there was an issue 30, but I don't know if he wrote it. I thought someone else wrote it.
Oh, maybe they just had art for it.
Well, he technically did do 30 issues because he did 1 through 29, and then he did issue 0 also. So
that's true. Well, you know what? We'll ask him in a few weeks.
Oh, that's right. Hey,
inquiring minds want to know.
And hey, if anyone else has any questions for Cal Higgins, send them to us, please. You can email them to capesandlunatics@gmail.com, or you can call the handy dandy voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember to follow Nightwing News on Facebook, Twitter. Well, Facebook, we have a Facebook page and a Facebook group, so join those both. Twitter @Nightwing News. Follow Capes and Lunatics. Yeah, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. You can see our smiling faces. Links to our Patreon or merch, everything. Email. No, follow all that. You can find it all at Linktree, linktr.ee/capesandlunatics. And remember to support sponsors: Tweaked Audio, Hunt a Killer, Pod Life the book, now in digital and paperback, Volume 1. And hey, are you in the mood to buy books? Go pick up Dick Grayson, Boy Wonder. Go pick it up on Amazon. And when you pick up all that, use the link for Southgate Media Group right down there in the show notes. Help us support the show, the Southgate Media Group Network, and that masked man of mystery, Rob Master Doom Southgate.
Make it rain, so says Master Doom.
You're weak sauce. All right, and you always throw me off because you don't have any plugs. Everyone else,
You do the plugging.
All right, everyone. So yes, Dick Grayson is the Batman, the better Batman.
I'm just here to fulfill the Robin function, Phil. So Batman has someone to talk to, so you're not just talking to yourself like a weirdo while you do this podcast.
Holy, assign yourself a job, Batman. So yes, come back next time for Batman 687 through 691. It'll be too exciting.
Oh, groan.
All right. That was her favorite part. All right, everyone. Come back next week. Same wing time.
Same wing channel.
Nightwing News. Keep flying, Batman. Grayson.